So today we're going to be discussing different types of shapes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some different items I have at home. Now all these different items are going to have a different shape involved. So it might be that they are a specific shape, or they might have different shapes as different parts of them. So I'm going to show you them, and then I'm going to say what shapes they are, and then afterwards I'm going to show you a fun little activity that we can all do. So the first shape I'm going to show you is this shape. Now I have a little roll of ribbon, and my ribbon is wound around in a circle, and it has an outer yellow circle, and then inside it has a foam circle as well. Now if you look at it from that direction, it starts to look a little different, so you always have to be careful with your shapes. Then I have this. Now this is a packet of hand wipes which I use to keep my hands clean after I've had something to eat when I'm out and about, and I keep this in my bag. And this is the shape of a rectangle. As I said, it's a white rectangle, and on it says a hint of lemon. After that I have another shape, and that is a square. And for my square I'm showing you a chocolate box. I have a very nice blue chocolate box, and if you have a look from a different angle, my square then has a rectangle here and there. So the way you look at your item changes what shape you view. On my box I even have a circle. I have another circle just here on the bottom of my glass, and I have a very pretty glass just here because you can see the different designs. And if you look at my glass on the side, you will see some squares if you look at it from this angle, or if you turn it to the side the correct way up, you can see diamonds. I have another circle which is a lid, and this goes on top of my coffee cup, and this has three different circles: a small circle there, a medium circle there, and a large circle on the outside. My final shape is this one, and this is a tub I have that once had ice cream, and this tub has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Now a square and a rectangle have 4 sides, so they have 1, 2, 3 and 4, and a circle is just one very long side that connects to each other. So I wonder if you can figure out what a 6-sided shape would be, or like this one, an 8-sided shape. If it was 6 sides, these two end bits wouldn't be there, and those two on the side would reconnect. So what we have here, I wonder if any of you know. A 6-sided, which I mentioned earlier, And I originally thought this was six-sided, but then I had to rethink because when I counted, there were 8 sides. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. An octagon, which means 8, because it has octo, which in Latin means, as I said, 8. So I've shown you quite a lot of different shapes. I haven't shown you a triangle, which is one of my absolute favourites because you can have a lot of different types of triangles. Now, I don't think I have any triangles at home, so you might have to have a look yourself at your home. But what I do have is this, which was my activity in a previous video. And my paper origami crane has quite a lot of triangles in it, as you can see. Now, I'm sure if you have a look around your home, you can see lots and lots of different shapes. Why don't you have a little look around and have a look if you can find 5 shapes in different items that are around you, and you can do that in 5. You can pause and do that in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, did you find 5 shapes? See, shapes are so much fun because wherever you go and whatever you look at, you will see different types of shapes. And you might just see different items that are made up of lots and lots of different shapes. And that can be a lot of fun, and it's a very big basis in drawing. If you want to draw for the rest of your life, if you want to be an artist when you're older, you need to know your shapes because they are such an important part. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some different ways we can trace the items I've gotten, so I can use with different things I have around me to trace around the edges and draw an item with the shape. Now, this is something I'm going to do a little differently from everyone else because you're going to draw your own things and you're going to use your own shapes, which will be very, very different from my ones, but I'm sure they're going to be amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you drawing some of mine, and then you can use that to fuel your own imagination. And then after you've seen mine, you can go and get some materials to do it yourself. You can go find some paper and some pens or pencils, and then you can get started. So I'm going to show you my one now, and I hope you have a lot of fun. So here we have my sketchbook, and this is my new sketchbook because I don't have anything else in it. It's just plain white pages, and these white pages are a rectangle. See, we are now seeing shapes absolutely everywhere. So the first shape I'm going to draw is going to be a circle. So I'm going to use my cup, and I've got another circle hole in that I might try and use later. So I'm going to do a circle here, and I'm just going to go around the edges very carefully, and I'm going to draw my circle. And my circle isn't perfect, but I quite like it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to think of something else I can do with my circle. I'm going to look for another shape. So I wonder, what shape can I include in my circle? I'm going to use my rectangle, and I'm going to do it that way. So it sits with the longer sides here and the shorter sides there. So I now have a rectangle in my circle, and I am going to turn this into something. Now I wonder if there's anything you can think of that I can turn this picture into. I'm going to turn my one into a clock. I'm going to do a digital clock. So I'm going to put a number here, and I'm going to do a 1 and a 0. And I've done it in big bubble writing. And then I'm going to put my 2 stops here, which tell you that this is the hour and this is the minute. And I'm going to do it at 5 past. So I'm going to do another 0 and a 5. So my clock now says 10:05, and I've used a lot of different shapes in this. I'm going to add a rectangle at the bottom, and I'm going to add some circles on the side to act as buttons. Now I quite like, oops, I think my camera nearly fell over. That would have been quite dangerous, wouldn't it? Uh-oh. So I'm going to do something else now. I'm going to draw another shape, and I'm going to use a smaller lid because I don't want a big circle this time. So I'm using a lid that I have to draw a little circle, and this time I know exactly what I want to do, and I'm going to add a long rectangle, and then I'm going to add some petals. So I have a flower. Now to do my petals, I'm drawing loads and loads of different ovals. Uh-oh. So I'm drawing different ovals to make up my flower. And an oval is like a stretched out circle. So a circle looks like that, and an oval looks like that. So my flower has lots of oval petals. And then I think on my stem, my rectangle, I'm going to do some triangles, which are going to be like thorns. Now thorns aren't found on this type of flower because I think mine looks a bit like a daisy. Thorns are only really found on roses, but I really like drawing thorns because I think triangles are one of the best shapes. So I've added thorns. And then I wonder if I can think of anything else I can do in a shape. I'm going to do a star. Now my star I'm going to do without tracing anything, and I'm sure you can do that too. I'm going to do a triangle, and then I'm going to do an upside down version of the triangle I've already done. And then I have a star, which means 2 triangles have then made another shape. And I wonder, can you count how many triangles it now looks like that star has? I will let you pause the video and see if you can count as many triangles as you can, and then I'll go over it with you and maybe we'll get them all. So you can pause the video in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I wonder how many triangles do you think you found? Because we only drew 2 triangles. So that would be this one and this one. So that's 1, 2. So I've given 2 points. But when you look at this, you can also see these triangles as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So that's an extra 6 triangles. So at the moment we have 6. And I don't think you can make any more, but maybe you can. I think that's something that would have to take a lot of thought. But on the inside of these triangles we do have another shape, and that is a 6-sided hexagon. So we have some triangles and a hexagon, and we made all those shapes with 2 triangles. So I wonder, are there any other things you can think of where you could use 2 shapes and make a lot more? I know you can do stars a little differently because you could do different types of triangles. Because a triangle is a triangle when it has 3 sides. So I'm going to make lots of different looking stars, and they all still have the exact same number as this one. They have the same amount of triangles, they just look a little different, and they still have the hexagon, the 6-sided shape in the middle, but it still looks very different from that one. I wonder if you have your paper and your writing instrument, how many different looking stars you can make using just 1 and 2 triangles. Because I think you could make lots of really unique looking stars. So I'm going to go now, but I want you to have a really strong think about what types of shapes you have in your house and how they can help you with drawing. I hope you have a really fun day. Okay, so we have done our video and we've looked at our different shapes, and I wonder if you can tell me what shape this is. That's right. That is an octagon. I nearly got that wrong again. I think that's one I need to think about a little longer and try and remember it a bit better. And this one. That's right, that's a circle. And a square. And that is a diamond, though a diamond is normally a little bit longer, so the edges are a little different. And our diamond or our square has 4 sides. Then we have our triangles, which are shown on my crane, and we have 2 triangles there. And we have a triangle there and another one there. So I hope you had a lot of fun, and I hope my drawings, my little doodles, will help you think of different things you can draw, because art is everywhere around you and you can always find something to do.